Alright guys, here we are with our first online game in 2K14, our first quick match. We're 0-0 trying to get our first win. We're going with the Golden State Warriors. My opponent, Torrey Smith, 58, has an A offense and a B+ defense, already 5 games in. Let's see how this goes down. But as you can see, first possession, Stephen Curry, the mismatch with Dwight Howard, dribbles around him, does the fadeaway, and knocks it down. Stephen Curry, my favorite player in the league, and the Warriors, my favorite team. So that's why our first game here, online quick match, is with the Golden State Warriors. Now, having played one game now online in 2K14, I must say that the changes that I've seen so far in that one game have been nice. You know, it's a lot tougher to score in the paint. There's a lot more contact. The players are more tangible. The physics are a lot better. And it just seems that you need to be a little smarter to score the ball. You can't just turbo down the court into the paint. You know, you should be running plays and using screens and just playing smart, efficient basketball to be successful in this game. Now, the opponent I'm going up against, he chose the Houston Rockets. Obviously, he's 4-1 so far. So he's already had 5 games in. I only picked up this game an hour ago. And this is my first game, so it's not going to be as fluid as my 2K13 videos, but you see this nice little size up on James Harden, the contact, and then he finally just crosses him up, attacks the paint, and finishes with a Euro step layup. That was a nice possession, but overall, it's not going to be as fluid or smooth, of course, as 2K13 was, because the controls are a lot different now. I mean, the joystick still does the dribbling, but it also does the shooting. You don't have to hold the left trigger. And there are some differences into what joystick moves relate to in terms of crossovers. So the game's not going to be as fluid. The playbook is completely different from last year. The floppy plays are a lot more simplified. They don't say floppy base or floppy hawk or floppy single. They just say floppy 1, 2, or 3. So we're going to have to get used to the new playbooks. And as soon as I run, like this play right here is just called floppy. And we run it for Harrison Barnes. He gets a nice mid-range jumper off the screen and knocks it down there. But yeah, the playbook is a lot different than 2K13. We're going to have to get used to it. And one of the surprising things is that in 2K14, there's no practice mode for plays. So every year before that, there used to be practice modes for practicing your plays. You could try it against different defenses, 1-3-1, man-to-man. It was very simple to find your favorite plays, but that option is not available, or maybe I'm not looking in the right place, but I can't find an option to practice plays. It seems like the only place you could do it now is in the scrimmage mode, which we'll have to do for now. Now back to the discussion of the physics in this game. So check how tangible the players are. Jeremy Lin, pay attention to Jeremy Lin. He's going to bump into his own player and fall down. So I don't think that's something that could happen previous years. That's how realistic the physics are. Jeremy Lin gets lost in the defense, bumps into his own player, and falls down. And you see Stephen Curry get the open layup on that possession. So nice differences here. We try out our alley-oop for the first time. Left trigger plus the X button. But like I said prior, we're still getting used to the game. Still trying to learn all the new controls. And, you know, figure it out as you see Stephen Curry get a nice mid-range jumper. But the way it's looking this year is you have to play smart basketball. You know, you see us get that open mid-range jumper. We didn't force it with Andrew Bogut down in the paint. As you see this nice penetration, kicks it over to Iguodala because his man came to help. So you have to play smart like that. You have to have high IQ and play smart basketball, because if you just try to attack the paint and do whatever you want, it probably won't go in. It'll get blocked. Something will happen. And this is why you have to pump fake. You see what we did with Bogut there? If we went straight up, we would have got blocked. We pump faked, get Dwight Howard in the air, but it results into a blocking foul. We don't go up for the free throws, which was kind of confusing. So at this point, we're almost at the second half here. Stephen Curry does a nice Euro step layup, attacks the paint, and lays it in. As you can see, the Houston Rockets help defense not there, and Jeremy Lin trying to guard Curry one-on-one is what keeps it realistic. You know, you could still see dunks like James Harden there. I think that's the first dunk all game. So you're not going to see overpowered dunks over 3 guys, but they'll still be there when it's necessary, when it makes sense, just like in real life. As you see Klay Thompson knock down the 3 here. Pay attention to Omer Ashik, my opponent, playing off-ball defense, controlling his power forward. So what do? We take advantage, go over to the open David Lee. He's out of position. We attack the paint, point the joystick to the right. So this way he does the layup to the right, away from the defender. that's the way the joystick works. You have to use it the way that it makes sense. If your defender's on the left and the lane's open on the right, move the joystick to the right when you want to do the layup. As you see James Harden get a nice dunk off that hesitation move, getting the separation. So you could still see exciting plays in 2K14 when it's warranted, when it is necessary. And you see a hook shot by Jermaine O'Neal. Right off the bat, that tells me that hook shots are a lot easier this year, because I would dare you to try to hit a hook shot with Jermaine O'Neal last year. You could only hit it with either Hakeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan, anyone with a 90 or higher, but Jermaine O'Neal comes through on that possession. So as you can see here, we have a minute left before the final quarter. Another difference in 2K14. Online, the quarters are 6 minutes long. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. I only got the game an hour ago, so it's not something I could really, make a comment on too much. But as of right now, as Dwight Howard gets that and one dunk, I'm not sure why they changed it to 6 minutes. I know it only seems like a minute, but when it comes to editing videos, we're trying to compress it to the 10 minutes. We're trying to compress 20-minute games into 10 minutes, and that's already tough enough. And now you add 4 extra minutes with 1 per quarter. So it's going to be a lot more compressed. We're going to have to get rid of a lot more plays and only keep the nice highlighted plays, going forward. Now you see Stephen Curry there. We go for the 2-for-1. We bring him in. Our opponent's making a run here. We were up by a lot, and now he's up by 1. But we had to bring in our starting unit. We couldn't score with the bench. And you see Stephen Curry. He comes in and he knocks that 3, getting that 2-for-1. And the reason it's a successful 2-for-1 is you'll see on this possession, Stephen Curry gets the ball back. The star player of our team hands it down to Andrew Bogut. Goes right back to Curry. We should have shot that 3 there. He probably would have made it. But anyways, Jeremy Lin trying to guard Stephen Curry. This is the result. Slicing and dicing. I know I said it's tough to score in the paint, but don't be afraid to attack it. Point guards are able to attack it in real life, and you do have successful baskets. But if you see on that last possession, we tried to force it with David Lee, and it gets sent off the glass. Rejected. So you have to know when to attack the paint, as Klay Thompson, the 6'7", shooting guard, puts the 3 in on that possession. So final quarter here. This game is now down to the wire. We're up by 2 points. Stephen Curry, transition ball here, fading away, not attacking the paint, playing high IQ basketball, and doing the right move at the right time. Up by 4 with 4.5 minutes left. They're trying to double Stephen Curry. I can't blame them. But look what happens. We find a wide open David Lee. So if your opponent's going to send double teams, stay patient. Find the open man and get it done. As you see, James Harden hit a nice contact layup. So it seems pretty balanced. If you try to force it, it might not go in. And if you have a nice angle, it might go in. And that makes sense because people can hit contact layups. It shouldn't get blocked every time. And you're seeing prime examples of it missing and it going in when it makes sense. So a very nice, refined, balanced match here. And I'm liking what I'm seeing so far as Klay Thompson knocks the 3. If you're wondering why he's so wide open, my opponent is playing off-ball D with James Harden trying to pressure the inbound pass, and we're trying to take advantage as now Curry hits a nice mid-range jumper. So you haven't seen many flashy passes. We don't really want to turn the ball over, but that's our first flashy pass of the game. A nice, simple, no-look pass over to an open Harrison Barnes, and he puts down the 3. Now we're up by 10 points, taken over in the 4th quarter. And now you have a Sheik versus Barnes. My opponent not taking advantage of the mismatch. Instead, takes a tougher shot with Harden, but he knocks it down. It is the 4th quarter, and James Harden is a superstar in this league. So 4-point game here. Minute 40 left. Stephen Curry getting triple teamed. Finds the open Andrew Bogut, and he lays it in. So it's a 6-point game. My opponent getting desperate here with the doubles and triples, but Stephen Curry, the way he's been going off, I can't blame him for wanting to get the ball out of Stephen Curry's hands, but he also has an 85 pass rating. He's a good passer, and he's able to pass out of the double team. You see us find an open Andre Iguodala, probably running the zone, but he doesn't knock it down. You can't play with fire too much, though. He's wide open, knocks it down this time, and he puts it in. Look at this lead with a minute left. We're trying to take this game over, trying to win our first game of 2K14. Once again, the double team over to Stephen Curry, and he finds his man. As you can see here, they have to foul Curry. His authentic free throw routine knocks it down, and he puts the game away. So our first online quick match is a success. Stephen Curry coming through. The final score 72-64. Check out this box score here. Stephen Curry 28 points and 9 dimes, almost getting the double-double. Check out this balanced effort. And our front court, David Lee and Bogut securing the rebounds. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Thanks for watching and take care.